Hi guys, and welcome to your August 2019. This is going to be the how are you feeling for the beautiful sign of Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Capricorn, woo! Honey, I can let you know how you feeling right now. It's all about you. And that's probably what I'm going to name it, very simple and plain. A lot of you should be able to relate to this in some way, shape, form, or fashion, because we all have been hurt and we all have dealt with things that obviously have hurt us, let us down, or dealt with things that have hurt us and people who have let us down. Capricorn moon is here. So, it tells your story and your journey maybe over the past 6 months, 6 years, a good chunk of your life. And you are starting to take back your control. I can let you know that right now. But there's been some bumps in the road, so let's go ahead and get into it. Crowning this reading, Capricorn, is stay optimistic about your love life. Whenever this card is summoned, or it is in your energy, I automatically know if you're being guided to be optimistic, then there's been some things that make you a little less optimistic or pessimistic about the future. It's interesting, but let's finish. Right now, also release your ex. It's time to clear your energy, which is very interesting. And then we got let go of control issues. I can't even make these up. They fell out like this. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. We're going to pause right there. That's where you are now. Let's go ahead and take a peek at the past really quick. So, in the peak of the past, we had give your relationship a chance, which lets me know you've been going back and forth either with this person or in your mind about what to do with this relationship and or this person. Romantic feelings and religious factors. There's definitely some religion here, possibly. Some things that make you guys different. There have been some things that you probably question yourself on why you love this person. Probably constantly working on yourself. Thinking that maybe you would raise that person where the person needed to be, but unfortunately that has to be something that the person does. I see here that your feelings were worthwhile and worth exploring, but there was just, it always ends up coming down to the differences. Give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership. There hasn't been enough work being put into this. You did the majority of the work, Capricorn. You are a workaholic, especially for those that you love. I have two queens that came up that is coinciding with the peak of the past, and we got these two queens. So I feel like you had to do everything. You had to be able to bring the passion and the fiery nature, and be able to be my fire queen, and be able to be my queen of cups. That got tiresome to you. This is you constantly being enthusiastic. This is also good sex as well. A good passionate beginning. And it kept resetting. Stop, reset, repeat, right? Sort of like that Scorpio video. It got to a point where you just couldn't do it anymore. It was like you were every woman and you just couldn't do it anymore. No matter how excited you got, you always pulled back. You went into beautiful energy, feeling optimistic again. And then you went and retreated into your Queen of Cups and put your feelings in that cup and started focusing on that. Right now, that's my Nine of Pentacles. So you're kind of focused on that, and I will further explain. Now, that was a peak of the past. Let me go ahead and give you your Ask Your Guides is Risk. Joy Guides. This is a card that's telling you that you need to start letting your hair down and have some fun. Okay? If we look at everything that you went through with your romantic feelings and you constantly going back and forth in the relationship and having to hold all the cards, so to speak. And then we get into how you're being guided to stay optimistic about your love life. Now, release your ex, let go of control issues. And then the bottom of the deck in the current energy is trust, forgiving and learning, and love yourself first. We tied taking a risk, letting your hair down, and having some fun with releasing your ex, let go of control issues, trust, forgiving and learning, love yourself first with the Nine of Pentacles. This is, okay. Right now it's all about you. There has been a lot that you tried to control because you gave so much and you didn't want to lose. There's a lot that you went through with this person. You show up in your own energy, and so does Sagittarius. So here we go again, Capricorn, with that Capricorn Sagittarius thing. You guys went up and down and round and back again. I see that you feel like this person is reckless and they got their hands in everything and not paying enough attention to you. I did get this the last time. I always end up in either a Sagittarius reading. I'll get the devil or some strong Capricorn cards. And in the Capricorn reading, I always get that damn Knight of Wands. Especially when I'm trying to illustrate how you're feeling about things, Cap. It never fails. So for those of you that's rocking with that same old Sagittarius Capricorn dynamic, here we go. I will let you know, though, that right now, that's different than the last month's energy, because this is, I believe, similar to that. This time, you know that is some reckless energy. You have to match that person's worth a little bit. Match that person's worth. Match that person's energy a little bit. I feel like in order for you to really get down, to get on this person's level, you had to do some things that you didn't feel proud of to disconnect from this and get yourself out of it. Things that's not normally like you, Capricorn, when you love. You know what I'm saying? But you had to do something to show yourself, that you love you. The person put you in a situation where you constantly felt like you had to choose yourself and your sanity over their reckless behavior. You knew that they had their hands all in the pot. But this was you also trying to bring things into balance, okay? At the same time, you've been a planning fool. And you finally went in and put some fire behind those intentions. And you finally disconnected from this. You're being guided to release your ex and clear your energy. You're being guided to get out of the control issues. You're being guided to let the trust issues go. I understand exactly why you were there. You're being guided to love yourself first, and that's exactly what you're going to do. You've been planning you're planning and plotting your escape for a while. I see in your main energy what you're going through right now. I'm excited to let you know. But you have to deal with this heartbreak. Okay? I'm letting you know that you have to deal with it. It's not going to go away. You have got to deal with this heartbreak, Capricorn. And I'm not talking about disconnecting from it and not dealing with it. Okay? I don't know what type of moon you have, Cap. Unfortunately, I speak from experience as having I'm only going to focus on my moon. Most of you guys know what I am. But you can't disconnect and make love logical and practical. You have to deal with the heartbreak in this and that wanting to go where it's comfortable and familiar in order to deal with this is the control issues. We all have a coping mechanism. But in order for you to release your ex, you have got to deal with this Three of Swords properly. I'm sorry that your heart was broken and they wasted your time. But you have got to deal with that properly. And then we have the Hermit. So we have Virgo energy here. You know exactly where you need to go, Capricorn. And you're going to get there, okay? Then you're showing up in your own energy. Thoughts, behaviors, patterns. This is why I'm telling you right now that you have to let this go. Addictions, things, your makeup that makes you deal with things in a certain way. That has to be let go of, okay? Right now, with the Three of Swords and the Four of Swords, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius energy is here. Capricorn, you're showing up in your own reading. Virgo energy is here. And, of course, we end with Temperance with the Sagittarius card, but we're going to wait. Let's talk about how we go from the 3 to the 4. So we start out with the heartbreak. I think it's a little bit of both. You start out being pissed off about how upset you were and how you're heartbroken and how you feel like a fool. Because a lot of this, think about it, especially when you put these together. Let me just let you see what I'm seeing here. Put these two together. Ooh, Jesus. You feeling all sorts of upset and vindictive. You got to let that go and process. And I know it's hard because in your nature, you instantly want to get back. But release the ex and all of that toxic energy, okay? It's time to release the ex. I know you feel like this woman in this video. Release that person. They were no good for you. If that's what you feel like you need to do, because in order to get back where you are, the wonderful Capricorn that you are, you have to release this, and not in a Capricorn type of way. Now, when I see any zodiac sign that I'm reading for show up in their own reading, I know, depending on how the cards are laying and what I'm talking about, this is going to be the fight for your life. Because you're fighting yourself to get out of your own way so you can handle this the right way. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay? So, what I love about graduating, though, from that 3 of Swords into the 4 is now, because the way that it's laid is, yes, you started out with being upset, very heartbroken. You retreated. Maybe you were going off into some devil-like qualities that you're used to, but then you graduate to the 4 of Swords. This is quietly preparing. This is taking a rest. You deserve to take that rest and start to purge some of that stagnant energy. And then we start to heal, okay? That's when we start to heal. This is Sagittarius energy with the temperature. Tempering yourself to get out of that devil. Not necessarily go into full-blown temperance, because you can't just graduate that quickly. There is a gradual growth type of thing, okay? Now, the interesting part is that if we look, you are forgiving and learning right now. You're going through the healing process. Okay? And that shows it. That's what's going on. Yes, you have to come up with a plan, and that's okay. The part of you that wants to sit down and come up with a plan and map it out, that's fine. Because you're going to plan something, right? You have to feel like you're planning. You have to feel like you're accomplishing something. So set goals. Do whatever you have to do. I see this Virgo in here. I see that analytical part. I see what's going on. Do it. Okay? But as long as you get to the temperance, I'm okay with that. I want to tell you that I understand that it was hard to trust a hothead. I understand that there was some things that this person did to you that made you probably feel like you're not good enough. I'm understanding that there should have been some more balance in your union, and this person didn't support you financially enough. But they jumped at the chance to help everybody else. Have you heard, let me know whether you experienced this, Capricorn, how a Capricorn works, that's what you do. You work, you accomplish, and yes, that's true. The problem is that when you have a person that is beneath you, like this Knight of Wands is, who is reckless and wanting to go around and do everything with everybody, thus causing the heartbreak. When he is involved, I already know it's going to be some issues. But what ends up happening is oh, you can handle it. It's keep piling things on top of you, piling and piling and piling, and you deal with it, right? You don't deal with it. You master that. You rock that ish like a boss, like the boss that you are, right? But then what ends up happening is that the same power and that you exude, and the same will, and where there's a will, there's a way. And with every muscle that it took for you to get through that, this person is looking at you like, oh, you can deal with that? Let me throw some more stuff on you. And you make it look so easy that people start to get used to the fact that you did it so well, and they take it for granted. And that's what happened here. You got taken for granted severely. For some of you guys, they felt, I don't know what's in my eye, guys. I don't know. Sorry. Ooh. For some of you guys, they took advantage of you and felt like you were going to always stay. And for others of you, they took advantage of you and thought that you were going to always stay. But I feel like they continue to just do the same thing over and over again because something, I don't know whether they just, it's obvious they mistreated you, but there's a reason why. And you tried to hold it together as long as you could, but it was really time to let this go. So this is what is going on, and this is basically what you have to do. This is all about you. Take back your control. You're forgiving and learning right now. And this is what lets me know that that's what's going on. This is temperance, and that is forgiving and learning. And that's beautiful. That's where we end. We end with healing, okay? So, I certainly hope this resonated. Like, share, subscribe to the Marvelous Tribe. This was beautiful because you're going to take risk. You're going to let your hair down. You're going to start living again. And you're going to start actively erasing this foolishness and this toxicity out of your existence, okay? That's what's going to go on. So, like, share, subscribe to the Marvelous Tribe. I will see you guys next week when I bring back What Aren't They Telling You? And we will see what they're not telling you, okay? And I believe that's it. If you want to get in contact with me, you know how to do that. And I am out of here. So, bye, Capricorns.